One example. Vanessa, is she here? She's not. Consolidates. What's that word mean in English? Kind of group together, right? When we're talking credit card debt, it's like taking $2,000 off for American Express because you never paid the balance off. $1,500 on this MasterCard, $1,200 on that MasterCard, $900 on her Bay card, $2,400 on her Sears card, which is like 29% interest. That's like a lot. And we're going to take all of those, we're going to cut up her card so she can't get in trouble again, and we're going to give her a loan at the bank, which is a much lower interest rate, which gives her a fighting chance to actually save her skin and not declare bankruptcy. So consolidation. She consolidates her. And by the way, this happens every day. And it's not kids doing it. It's like 30-year-olds. But when you're compulsive shoppers like Vanessa, it can happen really easily. Consolidates $18,500 of credit card debt in a 5-year, 7.2% loan, compounded monthly. Okay, A. So if we do this, what is our monthly payment? B. How much does she still owe when the term is half done? And C, how much interest will she have paid? And we've done problems like what's the total amount of interest? Okay, so this is not that. This is worded a bit differently because those questions should be kind of routine by now. Okay, A minus P, or maybe future value minus present value, but now they're just a little bit more involved. Not when she's completely paid off the loan, but when the loan, actually term, I want to be specific here, is half done. Okay? So first, part A. Let's go red. We can all see red okay? Did I tell you the story about the kid who could not see red? And he let me know about, 3.5 months into the course, I'd been writing red the whole semester. And I finally just asked him a question because I noticed he wasn't paying attention, because kids love that, right? When you call on them. I can't see that, it's red. Okay, thanks for letting me know. You couldn't see everything I've written the whole semester. Okay, so, hey, they're out there. Any excuse to not write it down, huh? So I'm going to tip my apps, finance, TVM solver, N. What's N? N is the number of payments. It's 5 years, and is this weekly, monthly, semi-annually? What's going on here? Yeah, monthly. It does say, and these can be different, okay? The compounding might be different than the payment. This is actually the one we want, monthly payment. It says that. So n's 5 times 12, otherwise known as 60. Okay, interest rate, right there, 7.2. Present value. Well, she's starting with 18,500. That's how much she's getting in a loan. She's not getting anything for it, unfortunately. No nice things like cars. She's just paying off the debt, that stuff she's already bought. Okay, that's what I want to find out. What is her payment? Future value. What is this loan worth in 5 years? Yeah, she wants to pay it off, right? 0. And payments per year is 12, as well as the compounding monthly. Okay, so what is the payment? Alpha solve 368.07. Okay, so I'm not going to write everything else there. We've done this quite a few times. Payment is 368.07. Yeah, it's dollars. Okay, note payments negative, right? 18.5 came in, 368.07 goes out, opposite direction. Okay, so piece of cake, A. B. How much does she still owe when the term is half done? So you got to pay attention to the wording. I know we've had questions where it asks you, well, when the loan amount, the present value is half gone. Is that what this says? Key word there is term. Term is a time. When is the term half done? If you like percents, because I think the book likes to give you percents, 50% gone. That's not the money, okay, because this isn't linear, right? This is compounded. It's not linear. You can't go 9,250, half of 18,500. Half of the term. Well, how long was my term? 5 years. So what this is saying is, let's use red. When n is not 5 years, but 2.5 times 12. Now, if you put 60, that's easy. Now you need 30, which is easier on kids' brains than 2.5, right? Because we all love fractions so much. But that's what it says. Not 5 years, when it's 2.5 times 12, which is 30. So I'm going to go in here. I'm still borrowing 18.5. It's still 7.2%. But what is my future value? Same payment at 30 months. That's how much I still owe. Now again, I emphasized last day, this thing is, as a graph, it's worth seeing. Okay, it's not linear. Okay, as time goes on, the amount of money you owe, it doesn't go like that. This isn't simple interest. It does more like that. So half of the time is not half of the money. Okay, it's a lot more than that. And in this case, all I want you to notice is, get rid of that. That's a lot more than 92.50, isn't it? It's a lot more than half of 18,500. Okay, well, not a lot, but it is definitely greater, okay? Because in the beginning, you pay a lot more interest and less principal. At the end, you pay a lot more principal and less interest. So, how much does she still owe? That's the answer. When n is 30, my future value is, that's how much she still owes. 10,077 and 79 cents. Something else I want to emphasize. Note the sign on that. Okay, I borrowed $18,500. So again, cash flow, if that money came towards me, this way's positive towards me. My payment goes out, that's negative, and that $10,077, I still owe it, right? I still got to pay that back. That's why it's a negative. So again, if you're putting in a problem where you have to put in the future value, make sure that's the same sign as your payment. Okay? How much interest will she have paid when the loan term, again the term, this same time period, is half done? How much interest? Let me make my page a bit bigger. C, interest at that point. Okay? And I'm not even going to write it down but I will say it's not 368.07 times 30 payments subtracted 92.50, okay, for the reason I gave earlier. It's not linear, so don't do that. But what you could do is say, well, if I got this money today, like I got an inheritance, unfortunately someone has to die before that happens, I could just pay that off, okay? I could go 10,077.79, pay it off, but I've also paid 368.07 for 30 months, okay? And then subtract 18,500, okay? That'll work. It's a lot of math, okay? You might hopefully follow what I'm doing there. And if you do that, you will get the interest. But I'm going to show you a better way. Okay? Does that make sense? I just won the lotto. I got $1 million. All right? I want to get rid of this loan. Why do I want to pay 7.2% when I don't need to? I've got the cash. So I'm going to pay this off. That's what I owe today after 30 months. Okay? I'm going to get rid of it. I can't do anything about the 368.07 I've already paid for 30 months. So if I add this and this times 30 payments, all right, and I subtract, remember interest is A minus P, that was my principal. This is the amount I've paid already, okay? And if I subtract 18,500, I do get 26,1989, trust me. Okay, so that is the interest that I've paid. Okay, that's the fee. That's the penalty for borrowing 18,500 at 7.2% for 30 months. Obviously, this loan keeps going. I'll pay a lot more than that. Okay, let me show you something. In here, all right, if you go apps, you hit apps again, finance. We've always done just enter, TVM solver. But if you scroll down, and you get this funky E, which is Greek letter sigma. It says sigma int. You know what sigma stands for in mathematics? We use that for sum. That says the sum of the interest, which is what I want to find out. So I'm going to hit enter. And then I need to go do this funky 1, 30 and close the bracket. Actually, I think it works if you don't close the bracket, but let's just close it. And so what I'm actually telling the calculator to do is calculate the sum of the interest, the total interest, from payments 1 through 30. And if I do that, there it is. Okay? So something else to put in your toolbox. It's another little application in this application that we can use to get the total interest. So I'll write it down, what I just told you to do. Sum of the interest. You hit apps, hit enter, you scroll down to, move this page up a wee bit, and it's actually not even a number, it's A, that sum interest. Hit enter again, and then it'll bring it up right in the original app. You put 1, 30, and that calculates the interest from all those 30 payments. I'll show you it again. Let me just write this down. Calculates total interest from payments 1 through 30, which is what we want. Now, if it said 75% through this loan, well, I would adjust just my payments, whatever that was, 25%, 40%, okay? You can do anything. That's a lot easier than trying to, figure it out this way, okay? I'll just get a new page. Okay, so one more time, what do I do? And you can't be down in here, the PYCY, but you can be anywhere else and it'll just calculate it. Let's go up to present value. I want to know, scroll down, I want to know the sum of the interest. That's sum epsilon int, and you see it's the letter A there. Enter. 1, 30, and it'll stick it there. Okay? All right, so that's the total interest. 1 through 30. What if I want to know the total interest through the total loan? Well, I can do that too. I'll just use 1 to 60 instead. Exactly 60 payments. It's going to be 55,335. Oh, actually, that came out positive. Just hang on to that thought there. Maybe I had to change a different number here. Anyway, 1 through 30, there it is. Okay, $26.19 and 90 cents. So page 93, there's some more good practice. And like I said, 14C, now that'll be easy to do. It was too hard before, in my opinion. Okay, but a couple of you asked me, how do you do it? I told you, and you got the answer the hard way. So now let's get it the easy way. 13, the wording's kind of tricky. All right, just think. That's what I'm trying to train you to do. 21. And then y'all should have done 16 from last day. Just redo it now that you know this new app, okay? Just do it that way, using this other little application we can do.